floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely.
Hi, welcome back to Auto Review. My name is Patrick, and today I have the pleasure to present you the 2017 Audi Q2. But before we get to the car, please hit the subscribe button, top or bottom. Hit the bell icon so you're informed about any new video coming up. And thank you very much Garage in Interlaken, who actually provided this car to me. You'll find the link in the description below. So, what do we have here? The Q2 is the newest addition to the Audi Q family and therefore the SUV range that they have. We have here the Audi Q2 Sport 2.0 TDI Quattro 7G S-tronic. Wow, what a name. So basically, what does it say? So we have here a very powerful diesel engine inside, producing 190 horsepower at 3.5 to 4,000 RPM, a maximum torque of 400 Nm between 1,900 to 3,300 RPM, 0 to 100 time in 7.3 seconds, top speed of 218 km an hour. Fuel consumption tested over nearly 300 kilometers. I had lowest 5.4 to 6.3 liters on average per 100 kilometers, which is actually not bad considering the power output we have here. CO2 emissions, we have 128 to 134 grams per kilometer, and price for the car that we have here with all the equipment that I will show you later on in the video would be 58,620 Swiss francs. The base price or starting price for the Audi Q2 in Switzerland would be 29,840 Swiss francs for the 1.0 TFSI petrol-powered version, producing 116 horsepower and a manual gearbox. However, these are all prices from the website, so there's always some offers ongoing. Again, please check with Garage in Interlaken to see what would be the special discount they can give you for the car. Alright, so as usual, you've seen the car from outside the intro. I'll show you the first row, second row, the boot space, and then we drive. Enjoy! Alright, so the Q2 from inside, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we have here some optional extras on board. And one of the highlights, in my opinion, is actually the virtual cockpit, which I'll do here. And in addition to that, we don't have just the virtual cockpit where we have, for example, navigation screen, and you can really adjust it the way you would like. We have Google Earth inbuilt as well, and that is obviously for 2 or 3 years, and then there is a fee if you would like to continue it. But it's really great. And in addition to Google Earth, we have obviously, if you've used Google Earth, there is Street View, and you can actually click into where you would like to go and find Google Street View, which is an amazing thing to do, and I really like that feature. So you can go there, have the little mannequin and then it will show you Google Street View. You can look around where you would like to go, for example, the destination. However, this is only available while standing still, so you can't have that while driving. Good, so as usual from left to right. Now, to lock and unlock the doors, then we have electric mirrors with the blind spot assistant with orange light on the inside of the mirror, which is great, so it's not in the mirror itself. And you have a little LED that shows you that you're blinking as well. Then they are heated, electrically operated, which is great. We have automatic windows or electric windows on all 4 seats, and then we can lock the individual windows in the back left and right. Then on the left we have the auto lights, which are BLED lights with auto high beam. Work very great, a little bit very quick when they actually recognize a car that's coming or driving in front of you. Though after it passes, it takes around 3 to 4 seconds to actually go back to high beam. So it would be nice if it would be a little quicker. And then we have the fog lights front and rear, which is great. And you can adjust as well the brightness of the screen and all the illumination inside the car. Then steering wheel, which is really nice. I really like this leather. It's kind of very hard, but actually I really like it. So it's not so soft. It's super nice, especially this part with the S logo. So we have the S line here. Looks a bit more sporty. Then on the left side, you can go through the virtual cockpit, as I mentioned. So you have information, telephone, then media or radio. Now it shows you, for example, really nice that you have to refill. Actually, it's not nice that you have to refill, but that you have to refill with the gas station kind of symbol. And then it gives you information on trip A, trip B. So I mentioned 5.4 to 6.3 liters. For example, now I have averaged on the entire time 6.0 liter with the average speed of 67 kilometers an hour and 282 kilometers. So you can scroll through the rocker here. It shows you the date, time, then average fuel consumption on the trip you just did. Then AdBlue distance, so how far you can go before you have to add AdBlue to the engine. Obviously this is one of the things that Volkswagen, Audi and obviously all the brands from VAG. Then short memory, long memory, so basically short drive, which will reset automatically. Comfort usage, so for example, if you have heated seats on, air conditioning and so on, it will show you how much actually of fuel you're using while using all these things. And driver assist systems, we have adaptive cruise control with 5 settings of how close or how far you can go, and that is one really great thing, which I'll show you later. And that's it. Then we have the navigation screen, and if you press the view button, actually the navigation becomes smaller. You have the RPM gauge on the left and the speedo on the right, they get bigger. If you press it again, they become smaller and you have more screen real estate for the navigation, which is really great. Then on the bottom left, another lever, you have the cruise control and the adaptive cruise control with the distance you can adjust. And on the right side of the steering wheel, you have voice control, phone, volume as well to go through different radio stations. Your favorite button, basically you can set this button for any of the function that you would like to go into your favorite. And the navigation volumes, for example, if you're driving somewhere or you didn't hear the last navigation instruction, you can just press it again and it will tell you once more. Obviously steering is adjustable in reach and rake, which is good. Seat is adjustable in height and everything. However, on this model we have no lumbar support, which is actually a little criticizing point. In the middle we have an additional navigation screen or infotainment screen that you can use over this rocker here. And you have the shortcut buttons, for example, map, telephone, radio, media. Going back, the menu to go always back to the menu, and then you have inside menu and to get out of it, so you can always go to the right or the left. As you see a plus here or 3 lines. So if I press here, it will jump to the left, or I can go as well and use the rocker to the right and left. Then air ventilation, this is something that it would be nice if this would be made from metal, because we have here this beautiful brushed aluminum parts in the center console, on the dashboard. The door handles look really great. A little bit shame that these are plastic. Would be great if they would be metal as well, for example. Then you have here an armada of different shortcut buttons, obviously, and you see we have a lot of blanks. And this is one thing as well with Audi and Volkswagen, all brands, that you have quite a long list for extras that you can add to the car, which actually make it a little bit pricey at the end. So we have start stop on, parking sensors on, hazard lights, ESP on and off, and turn on and off the screen. Then we have the air conditioning. Here we have a dual zone, left and right, heated seats in 3 settings for driver and passenger. On the bottom, cigarette lighter or a 12-volt power socket, in my case, 1 USB port. Then we have here an ashtray, which I would throw away. And then we can adjust as well here for the drinks, basically cup holder. 7-speed S-tronic gearbox, which works great with the engine and super responsive, very quick. You'll see when it shifts, very nice. With a manual function, you bring it to drive and then you put it to the right and you can do it basically here. Forward is plus, backwards is minus down, and if you're in drive and you put it down, you bring it to sport in auto mode. This we had electronic parking brake. We have an armrest which you can slide forward and backward. We have some items here with another USB port and an aux in. Glove box, decent size with the Audi multimedia, so we have SD card slot 1 and 2, as well as a SIM card slot, and good size. Then we have a super sleek rearview mirror with dims itself in the evening. As I mentioned, we have the lights here, and what I really like about them, they are very bright, super bluish, whitish, very good. We have the dark interior on the roof, mirrors on driver and passenger side, obviously height adjustable seat belts, and seats are very comfortable. These are optional sports seats as well with the S logo or S-line logo. Great comfort, just the lumbar support is missing. Alright, so let's check the second row. Okay, so the Q2 from the second row, and the seat in front is adjusted to me as usual, obviously. I'm 184 tall, and you see I have still plenty of knee room. I have sufficient headroom, so it's like 2 fingers. I can lean back, which is good. So headrest, this is the highest position. It could be a little bit higher, however, it's okay. Seats are very comfortable and give you good side support as well, which I like. However, only on the outer seats, in the middle, obviously not. Then the door opens sufficiently wide. It's actually very easy to get in and out as well because we are a little bit elevated. Let me close it. Then obviously to open a door, then we have this brushed aluminum, which we have in the front, speaker here in the middle and speaker on the bottom. Then electric window with the one-touch function, which is good, and I love it. It all the way down, nothing stays there. Then we have a little hook left and right. We have some space in the doors to put, for example, 0.5 liter bottles or something. No pockets in the backside of the seats. There's one little pocket here. However, no USB, no 12-volt power socket, so there's no electricity for the rear passengers. We have quite a huge transmission tunnel, which is actually this high. And either way, you couldn't put the feet there, so we have to put them left and right. But actually, it's good space. We have the LED lights, which are actually good, very bright as well. Then headrests, we have obviously 3. If you bring this up, it's pretty much the same level as all the ones on the left and right, which is great. However, here you sit a little bit higher as well. Just keep that in mind in case you have someone sitting in the middle. Then we have an armrest, which is great. Good height as well, it's not too low, not too high. And we have 2 cup holders here with the spacers, so you should be fine with smaller or bigger drinks. You can't go through to the boot, which is not bad at all. Isofix left and right, 3-point seat belts, and that's pretty much it for the back. Comfortable seats, good support. Let's check the boot. Alright, so the Q2 from the back side and from the side, and one thing that I wanted to show you actually is what I really like from the design point of view. We have this ribbing that is actually a single one here, and then just before the door it splits up above and below the mirror, goes to the back, and just before the handle it actually reunites again, and you have then one riddle going into the rear lights. And in my opinion, that looks really, really nice. What I like as well for the Q2, you have obviously different color choices and rim choices, and they have the one where this part can be in a different color as well, which in my opinion looks very good. My recommendation for the Q2 would be actually this mouse gray color, and I'll actually show you a picture. I'll configure it and show it in the video as well. So back to this one. This one Obviously it's a one color car, the roof and everything is the same. We have a nice black color, the rear lights in all red with just a little bit of white, then a little roof spoiler. This is actually not a shark fin antenna anymore, it's something different but very similar. Third brake light, wiper, then Q2 on the left, TDI Quattro, obviously it's an all-wheel drive on the right, then the Audi logo in the middle, and here we have a contrast color, the plastic part on the bottom in silver with the dual exhaust on the left. Then once we open the boot, you'll find the reverse camera just below the Audi logo. Here we have a manual tailgate, and we'll have space of 355 liters up to 1000 liters exactly when you fold down the seats, which you can fold down 1/3, 2/3, left, right. And obviously below here we have a little bit more space. However, there is a subwoofer and there's a little bit of cabling, so you have to be careful if you put anything there that's sharp. Then on the left we have hooks, and on the right we have another hook. And what I like as well, the interior lights are actually LED as well. Very bright, very nice. I like it. So let's close it, and now let's hit the road. The Audi Q2 with a 2-liter 190 horsepower diesel. What do I think? Okay, so I drove the car now for the past 3 days, and it's actually a very comfortable car to drive. It's very safe because of the safety features it has on board, and it is still sporty despite being an SUV, or, well, yeah, 4x4. So the engine, 190 horsepower is more than sufficient. It really is more than sufficient. Especially because it's not the power that's important, it's because we have a diesel here, it's the torque. And the torque with 400 Newton meters at 1900 RPM is what makes the difference. It goes really, really well. It has a lot of punch. You step on the floor or you step on the pedal, it really goes. Which allows you as well to tow if you have a trailer. Because the more torque, the better, right? Now at the same time, the consumption of the diesel petrol consumption is really reasonable for this kind of power. Lowest I managed was 5.4, and the average now on the entire trip is, okay, it just went up to 6.1 because of the filming, but it was 6.0 on nearly 300 kilometers. And this is actually a great figure. We have a lot of space in the car. It's super comfortable for driver and passengers as well. The seats in the back are comfortable, and boot space is sufficient in my opinion. We go this way. We don't want to be in traffic jam. And what I really like, actually what I really love, is the virtual cockpit. Let me just switch to it. It's great, and that it has Google Earth. And that you have the capability or possibility to actually use Google Street View. It's really great. I have not seen this before. I know all the Volkswagen Group car models will get that one by one. So the Q2 has it, and even the new Polo, which hopefully we're going to test soon as well, has that. I'm not quite sure if that version we're going to test will have it, but you can get it as an option. And it's something that I would highly recommend to take. Then driver assist system, and I'm gonna show you in a moment, are amazing on this car. At the same time though, it has a little something that I'll show you, I'll tell you. Now, I'm sorry, I have to take this off. Things that, as usual, that bothered me a little bit, or I would love to see improved, is, for example, this car has no lumbar support. And for a car that's close to 60,000 Swiss francs, okay, now this has a demo discount, it's 52,000 something. But if you just order it without any discounts, it's close to 60,000 and has no lumbar support. It's a little bit disappointing. Now, we have a normal key fob. I would as well expect from a certain, trim level, and this is kind of a higher one with the Sport. Expect that it has a keyless go, and that you basically just get to the car, you touch the door handle, it will unlock. It looks like it will have this option available if you order it. Again, however, you have to order it, and that comes to another point, is the extras you can get in the car are pretty much limitless, I would say. but every little thing, this many francs, and so if you take the base car of just 29,840 Swiss francs and you put in a big engine, you take the automatic gearbox, you take the virtual cockpit, you take the assist systems, leather, this, nice rims, you're gonna end up with double the price, easily. Which this one is nearly easy, double already. Now, we're gonna go through the tunnel, so I apologize for that, because I have to show you something that this car has, and it's actually a great thing at the same time, something I would like to improve, or I would like to see improved. Now, let's go on the highway so we can see the acceleration a little bit. Now, we have to put in the cruise control. Now we're gonna put the speed of 70. So, first thing is that every time you turn on the radar, it's always on level 3. Yeah, and now you can see the illumination. What I like as well, it's like a one-touch function. You don't even have to touch it; you have to just come close to it, which is great. So the one thing is, it's always on level 3 rather than the longest. Now I have to steer a little bit, but I want to keep it. So you see the car actively steers and keeps you in the lane. Now, it will start alerting you or telling you it doesn't like that. Here we go. Now we want to do it actually outside the tunnel because I want you to see it properly. It's maybe a bit too dark. So it will start alerting you after, I believe it was 15 or 20 seconds. So let's see. Now we have the cruise control in. I take my hands away. And we just have to be careful for that because we have to see that there's no car in the back. So, it says, please take the steering. After, I believe, 25 seconds, it will do something. Exactly that. It will basically like you here we go. And now it starts city, or it starts braking. And this is great because it will slow down the car to stop, which is awesome. However, what I figured out, and I counted is, it will do that only once. So this slow brake to actually wake you up in case you fall asleep is great, and it's the best thing I've ever seen so far from all the years I've tested cars. It's really amazing. But then the city or the emergency slowing down function until stop, it does only once until you turn off the car and turn it on again. And the thing in my mind is when you have someone who has maybe, like a heart attack or something like this, or a physical condition that, they wake up maybe, but they don't grab the steering wheel or whatever, or they grab the steering wheel and they fix it, and then they have again a seizure or something like this, it will not do that again. It will just drift off and then will, drive into a barrier or something. At the same time, yes, I have you already. At the same time, if it slows you down to stop, it does so on the same lane you're driving in. And if you're driving on the highway, and obviously this is only working on the highway, it will stop on the highway, rather than, developing the system step further and basically checking if you can go to the right side and then move it as far right as possible. Because just think about it, you're driving maybe on the far right lane and you have some kind of medical condition, it will slow down the car, you're actually safe. There will be a truck coming from the back, maybe doesn't see you and smashes all the way into you. So at the same time as it saves you, it might actually not. You get it? So I would love for Audi to actually implement this so it doesn't have to be, that the car doesn't have to be switched off to have this function again. But as much as I criticize it, I love it. It's the best system I've tested so far. By far, really. It's really, really great, and if I would have 20 thumbs up, I would give it 20 thumbs up. Now, virtual cockpit, amazing. I love this function, really can recommend it. Please get it if you can. Visibility of the car is good. You sit a little bit elevated, obviously. Mirrors are sufficiently big, I like that. Let's go this way. Acceleration. It's more than sufficient. Again, engine works super good together with the 7-speed automatic gearbox, or S-tronic called in Audi. And Materials are good, though I would love this to be some nicer materials as well, especially this one here on top, because when you have your elbow here, it will get a bit hard after sometimes, so they should have made it soft touched the same as they did the dashboard. What else? Another thing that I really love is the BLED headlights with auto function. Amazing, super bright, especially fog lights are as well in LED. And what I love about the fog lights actually, and I use them in the night when I was driving because there's pretty much no car on the road, is when the normal LED lights are like this, the fog lights actually illuminate even that way. So you have more than 180-degree view of illumination, which is amazing, and it makes such a big difference in the night. Obviously you can only use it when there's no other car and you know or maybe it's raining, but it's really great and I loved it. One more thing that I loved as well is when I have my phone plugged in, it has obviously Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and I arrive at my destination, I open the door, I take the key out, and the phone is still plugged in. It will tell you your phone is still in the car, your phone is still in the car. That's a great thing, especially if you live maybe somewhere where, you know, the windows are broken to get to stuff inside, and you might forget your key, and then obviously they damage your car. You might forget your phone, damage your car, and steal your phone. So great thing. At the same time, I have a big phone, right? There's no real space to put it. Now it's kind of lying on top here on the cup holder, but if I put the cup in here and I have the ashtray on the right side or two cups, no space for my phone. There's really nowhere to put my phone. I would have wished they had some kind of compartment where to put it. And then two more points that I think would be nice if they improve. So one is the warranty, it's 2 years, but this is something with all German manufacturers I have to criticize a little bit. If you go and compare German manufacturers, car manufacturers with Japanese or Korean ones, I do not understand why there's only a 2-year warranty. Cars are great, they look great, build quality is good. However, giving only a 2-year warranty, and obviously you can extend it, but you have to pay additional for it. But obviously, like the message outside, if you give a 2-year warranty, while, for example, Kia or Hyundai give you a 5 or 7-year warranty, depends on which country you're in, it kind of brings the wrong message across, in my opinion. Because obviously this car is great, right? It looks good and it's supposed to last long, but why are they giving only 2-year warranty? That's one thing. Another thing is, the base car, the base price is just short of 30,000, right? And for that you'll get a car with steel rims, plastic covers for the wheels, so wheel covers. The steering wheel doesn't look anywhere close to as nice as this one. It has all plastic, there's no buttons. And it looks... Yeah, in German we have Nacktschnecke. It's like a naked snail, nothing on it. And it's just so bad, in my opinion, that any car manufacturer for that matter, but I've just seen the configurator and I'm gonna show you the picture now as well. The car looks horrible, in my opinion. Why would you put small rims like this, no alloys, and certain things just from the aesthetic point of view, from the designer's point of view? Because obviously when the designers design a car, they have something in mind, and when they basically, the manufacturer steps it down to make the base price as affordable as possible, and they take away the nice things that the designers thought of, they ruin the look of it. And unfortunately this is what happened with the Q2 and many more as well. And you've seen the picture now as well. It just looks so horrible. And I know most people will not order it, but there will be always 1 in 1,000 who might really order a car like this, and then we have to see this on the street. And this is not, the car doesn't deserve this. Okay, that's it. Overall, great car, good driving, good fuel consumption, looks as it is now, looks very good. Virtual cockpit, thumbs up, recommendation. BLED lights, thumbs up, recommendation. Now, engine, transmission, recommendation from my side. So, just look, configure the car you would like to and see how far you get in regards to price. And then if you have any more questions, please put them in the description below. I'll try to answer them. Otherwise, contact Garage in Interlaken. We'll be more than happy to give you information, or maybe even let you test drive the car. so you can find the right Q2 for you. So thanks a lot. Have a great day. Subscribe, like, and share. See you next time. Bye.